Hey guys, Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. This season is going to be difficult because there's no OTAs and no off-season training and strength and conditioning, and you had players that may have had surgery, and getting people ready to play football. We're talking about the season kicks off in 2 weeks, and we've only had 9 practices. This is almost insanity to know that there's 2 weeks left, and we're only on the 9th practice without off-season training and conditioning. And so we're beginning to see a rash of injuries and things. We finally got Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins back on the field practicing stuff, and we've got problems on our offensive line. But this goes all over the place because the Eagles, man, they're getting hit pretty hard by the injury bug as well, because they already lost one of their best players on the team in the offseason, Brandon Brooks. Brandon Brooks is gone, possibly might return, that's being hopeful, but losing him, that hurts a hell of a lot. I mean, that's a key starter and one of the best guards in football. And now they've lost, it looks like, Andre Dillard, who was going to be their starting left tackle. He was battling a shoulder injury, but it looks like he's torn his bicep, ouch, in practice, and is going to have surgery. The Eagles definitely are going to have some issues, as us as well, because we know Tyron Smith is going to miss a few games. He always does. Lyle Collins came in camp allegedly not in really great shape, and he's had some back issues where he missed a game last year as well, although he had a hell of a season. Let's make it clear, you can have all of the great receivers and running backs and things like that, but it's those unsung heroes, those offensive linemen, those guys in the trench that are keeping that quarterback upright, that are making those holes for those running backs, and that makes all the difference in the world. Because if you ain't got an offensive line, I'm sorry, dog, you ain't got diddly. So again, the Eagles now are minus 2 starters on an offensive line, and that may be one of their Achilles heel for the season. Carson Wentz has had a problem staying upright. The last 3 years, he has missed time. He got a concussion in the playoff game against Seattle that they lost. The season before, he had back issues. The season before that, it was a knee issue. So if he's got problems on that offensive line, I don't care how much speed you got going downfield, it ain't going to work. And I dare say that the Washington football team, that their pass rush with Chase Young looks to be an absolute positive beast. He looks like the real deal. You got to be worried about that one. Now, they did re-sign Jason Peters, who, is a stalwart tackle who has been great, year in and year out. But again, he's like Tyron Smith. He's getting older. He's getting broke down. He's going to miss time. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Eagles shift their line. And I know you're like Cowboy fans. You're like, why are you talking about the Eagles? Because we have so many Eagle fans, although they're not as boisterous right now. They've been kind of quiet the last couple of weeks since training camp opened. But believe me, they're like cockroaches, okay? They're cockroaches. They're lying in wait. They're waiting for the lights to go off so they can start running around all over the place. And as soon as the lights come on, they scatter. But I just wanted to keep them informed and let them know in case they hadn't heard from their Eagles YouTubers or from the Talking Heads. Hi, so I'm doing some work at the man cave, and God, I owed a debt of gratitude to Michael Anthony Fitness, man. Working on this deck, and we're using 2x10 16-footers to frame it up. It's 24 by 30. And while Michael was mixing up cement to go in these holes, I was carrying one of the 2x10s on my shoulder to kind of put it in place so we can level everything out. And I stepped in one of the holes. The grass is kind of tall, and it kind of buried it. And I'm, up here looking at this. And I stepped into this hole, which is about, 20 inches to the concrete in there. And I went all the way in there with my leg with this 2x10 on my shoulder. And instantly when I fell, my shoulder popped up like this and the board basically left my hands. And I'm going down, and it felt like it was going in slow motion. And as I'm going to the ground and trying to brace myself and hopefully don't jack up my knee, I'm sitting here trying to brace myself because I know I'm about to get hit in the head with this 2x10. And it didn't happen. And I look straight ahead and I see the board is sitting like this. And Michael Anthony reacted and he grabbed it out of the air before it fell on my head. I'll be honest with you. The way I fell into that hole, where I've got one leg is bent up kind of cockeyed because the other one's all the way down in there. If that board had hit me, either I'd been knocked the fuck out, concussion, I would have probably broken or torn something in my knees, or my back would have been jacked up. Thank God he was there today, because that would not have been pretty. Wow. I always say I got a good son. He saved my ass on that one. Too bad he wasn't there for Philadelphia. See you soon.